ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। द्वितीयखण्डः द्वितीयमुण्डकः द्वितीयखण्डः द्वितीयमन्त्रः। अंडरस्टैंड। यदर्चिमत्
यदर्चिमत्
यत अनुभ्यो नु च
अनुभ्यो नु च
यस्मिन् लोकानिकेता लोकिनश्च
यस्मिन् लोकानिहिता लोकिनश्च
तदेतत् अक्षरं ब्रह्म
तदेतत् अक्षरं ब्रह्म
सप्राणः तद्वाङ्मनः
तद्वाङ्मनः
तदेतत् सत्यं
तदेतत् सत्यं
तदमृतं
तदमृतं
तद्वेद्धव्यं सौम्य विद्धि।
तद्वेद्धव्यं सौम्य विद्धि।
यत् ब्रह्म tat archimat. Archimat. Brahma is Archimat. Archimat Deeptimat. Brahma is Napumsakalinga. Anyway, Linga doesn't matter. Because if Brahma, if you take it as neutral gender, then that Brahma Sapranaha, it is used in Pullinga Sapranaha, Taduvang Manaha iti. So when it comes to Brahma, Linga doesn't matter. Sometimes it is Napumsakalinga, used in Napumsakalinga, sometimes Pullinga, sometimes Bhuma, Bhuma is Brahma, Srilinga. So here Archimat is Napumsakalinga, which is equal to Deeptimat, Yat Archimat, Yat Brahma, Archimat, Deeptimat. Vashikara says Deeptimat, that which is shining, that which is Jyotisham Jyotihi. That is why it is called light of consciousness. Light of consciousness, even in English, light of the Shashti Vibhakti is there. It is not that it has not in that meaning. It is not, it is light, and that is consciousness. The consciousness is a light. Light means not the physical light. Light means knowledge. Jnana, that is a light. Sat, Sat, that existence is consciousness, that is knowledge. That is Archimat, Deeptimat. So light means knowledge, not the physical light, not any light. In the presence of consciousness, everything comes to the knowledge. It is like the light which illumines the objects. It is the consciousness which illumines everything. In fact, everything is consciousness. As for an individual, the objects are known because of consciousness. In the light of consciousness, the objects are revealed. Like in the presence of the sun, the objects are revealed. What is the sambandha between the light of the sun and the sun? Sun is a light. Therefore, Bhashakara is said, Achishmat Adityadi, Deeptimatvena Adityadi Brahmanaha api Indriya Deeptimatvena. So here, Tad Deeptyahi Adityadi Deepyate iti Deeptimat, Bhashakara says. Adityadi Deepyate, when you say, like the sun, Adityadi, it is Deeptamata, it is shining, but sun is available for Indriya Pratyaksha. It is available for objectification of the Indriyas. Is Brahma is also like that? No. That is why Anubhyaha Anucha, it is Sukshmam iti. You can make connection. Archimat, Deeptimat. And when we say Deeptimata, like Adityadi, if it is Adityadi, is it available for the Indriya Pratyaksha? No, it is Anubhyaha, Anucha, it is Sukshmam. Sukshmam, when we say Ati Sukshmam, it is subtle, smaller than the microbe, smaller than the atom, subatomic particle. It is so small that which cannot be observed with your physical eye. Is it Sukshmam in that sense? Anubhyaha Anucha Chakarat Stulebhyaha Stulaha Avato Magi Yaniti. Bigger than the biggest. There is nothing bigger than this. It is the biggest. The biggest means it is in terms of all pervasiveness. Sukshma in terms of that is, it is incomprehensible, and the bigger it is in the sense of it alone pervaded the entire so-called prapancha. As you cannot know the end of prapancha, the beginning of the prapancha, it is so vast. Similarly, Bhavato Makiyan, Stulebhyaha, Stulaha, Vashakara says, Prithivyaadibhyaha iti. In that Brahma, Yasmin, Lokaha, all the lokas, Bhu Adayaha, Sarve Lokaha, Urdha Lokaha, Adho Lokaha, Urdha Sapta Lokaha, Hadas Sapta Lokaha, Sarve Lokaha, Tata Lokinaha, Loke Vasinaha. ये लोकाः वसन्ति अस्मिन् लोकेषु ते लोकवासिनः लोकनिवासिनः ते सर्वे के मनुष्यादयः मनुष्यपक्षु पशु पश्वादि सर्वे निहिताः स्थिताः इत्यर्थः. They are all निहिताः, they are all placed. All these are, they have their nihitaha means placed, based, in which all the worlds are, all the lokas are placed, based, nikitaha. That is, Brahma is the adhara, and these loka and the lokinaha are the adheya, support and supported. Later we will dismiss that support, that supported also. Support is not different from the supported. There is no supported relationship at all. Everything is Brahma. Because Lokaha, that is Dvaita Prapancha, when you say Lokaha, it is available for your knowing knowledge. Therefore, Dvaita Prapancha is resolved into that which is Brahma, which alone is everything. Therefore, this Adhara Adheya is only to present that Adheya is not different from the Adhara. As the pot is supported by the clay, Tadvat. Therefore, it is as the pot is supported by the clay alone pervades the pot. Similarly, Brahma alone. It's all connected to the very question. Every can see in how many ways, how many mantras Upanishad answer the question which Shaunaka asked. Tasmin Bhagava Vijñate, Sarvamidam Vijñatam. Sarvamidam, that is what Lokaha, Lokinaha. Sarvamidam. Tasmin, Yasmin Brahmani, Ete Sarve Nigitaha, Ete Sarve Yasmin Brahmani, that Brahma, that Jnate, Sarvam Vijñatam Bhavati iti. Therefore, this Loka, Lokinaha, everything is Brahma alone. Then that Brahma in which all the Lokas, Lokinaha are all supported or placed, that is nothing but Aksharam Brahma. Tadetat Aksharam Tat, that what Shaunaka asked. What Shaunaka Tasmin Vijñate, Tat, Tasmin Vijñate, that knowing that, what is that? That is this Aksharam Brahma. Tat Etat Aksharam Brahma. That is this Aksharam Brahma, in which all the lokas are, lokinas are, people are supported. That by which all these are supported, that is this Aksharam Brahma. That is Sapranaha. It is Sapranaha. That is prana. How can you call it as a prana? Why? Because previously Apranaha, the Upanishad itself said it is not a prana. Apranaha iti. It doesn't have indriya. It doesn't have any parts, aprano, hamana, shubraha, iti, we have seen in the previous kanda. The Brahma is without prana, but now you are saying it is prana. It is neither the prana nor it is endowed with the prana. But now it is said it is sapranaha. Sapranaha. It is a prana. How do you say it is a prana then? The idea is it is apranaha means it is previously it said swarupena apranaha. Pranasyapi janyatvat. But here it is pranasyapi pratyahatmatvat aksharam pranaha iti uchyate. Previously, when the Swarupa of Brahma was being talked about, that time Upanishad said Swarupena apranaha prano yamana shupraha iti pranasyapi pranasyapi etat janyatvat. Therefore, apranaha. It is the origin, it is the source of even the prana. Therefore, apranaha. It is neither as prana, apranaha, nor prana is a karam, nor prana is a karya. In that sense, apranaha was used to describe the swarupa of Brahma. Here, what is said is pranasyapi pratyekatmatva, that which is a pratyekatma, even that of prana, that is pranasya pranaha, chakshusha chakshushaha, manasaha manasaha, as Kena Upanishad says. That which is a eye of the eye, shrotrasya shrotram, ear of the ear, mind of the mind, that is, that alone makes the ear hear, that alone makes the eyes see, eyes makes the eyes eye to see, without which I cannot see, without which there cannot be eyes there and the eyes cannot see. Both the eyes and the seeing faculty, everything is this, is that. So in that pratyahatmatvat, here sat pranaha, that Brahma is pranaha iti Upanishad says sat pranaha, pranasya pranam. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also it is said pranasya pranam iti. Taduvang manaha, vaksha manascha. Taduvang manaha, referring to sarvani karanani, all the karanas. Vak referring to karmendriyani, manaha is mind, antakaranam. So it refers to all the indriyani and antakaranam. Antakaranam is one. Antakaranam and bhagyakaranam. Taduvang manaha, that alone is the speech, it is the mind. Speech is because of that. The mind is because of the Brahma Chaitanya. The mind functions because of Brahma. The speech, the karmendriyas, they do action because of Brahma. Therefore, pratyekatma. Therefore, pranasya pranaha tadu vang manaha, tat vang manaha iti. Tadu vang manaha tat etat satyam. Tadeva Brahma, that Brahma, tadeva Brahma, vang manaha, vagadi bhagya karanatmakam, mana antakarana rupam, etena pranadi sarva sankhatasya adhishtanatvat, pranadi sankhatasya laksha rupam Brahma drashtavyam. Iti one tikakara, one commentator says. That which is laksha rupam Brahma, that which is lakshitam by all this, that is Brahma. That Brahma is to be known, tat And that is Satyam, Tat, Etat, Satyam, Tat, Etat, Satyam. It is Avitatam. Bhashyakara will say that which is the truth. Therefore, anything other than that is Mithya. Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. Tat, Etat, Satyam, Tat, Amrutam. That Amrutam is Avinashi. Avinashi tu tat vidhi. Ena sarvamidam tatam. It is Avinashi. Not subject to time, not subject to destruction. That's what the word Amrutam. Amrutam. Avidyamanaha. Avidyamanam mrutam yasmin saha. That which doesn't have Maranam. Avidyamanam Maranam. Bhuvrihi samasa. Amrutam. Tad vedhavyam. Manasa, which is Brahmani bhavagitavyam. Manas samadhanam kartavyam ityartaha. That should be known. That should be known. Hey Somya Vidhi. That Vidhi, what Vidhi? That Ukta Brahmani, in that Ukta Brahma, Chetaha Samadhatsva. May you focus your mind on that Brahma, that which is a Karanam of the Brahma. To know that, may you focus your mind on that Brahma. Not that mind will objectify that Brahma. That is not the idea. Mind, how can mind objectify Brahma? That which is the cause of even the mind. But the mind has to be sufficiently prepared so that in the mind the Brahma is recognized in spite of the vritti, in spite of the thoughts, in spite of the thoughts, in between the thoughts, between the vritti. Every vritti is lighted up by this Chaitanyam, and between the vritti, the Brahma, which remains as it is, no objects, therefore being as it is, that is Brahma, Vedavyam. So know the objects as object, and Brahma, which is you, that is free from any limitations, that is spatial wise limitation as well as time wise limitation, that which is all pervading, and that which is the Karanam, Jagat Karanam, not subject to destruction, knowing that everything is known. So therefore, for to know that Chitta Samadhanam is required. Therefore, a Somya, a Priyadarshana, may you know that. Iti, the mantra. It's a beautiful the mantra. Knowing Brahma, here, Brahma is to be known as oneself. How to know that Brahma? Because knowing involves that there is the drashta and drishya. Drashtra drishya sambandha is there in any knowledge. In any knowledge, there is drashtra drishya sambandha. Drishya, the objects which are available for objectification, and drashta is that he operates his pramana and objectifies and gains knowledge. But if it is the object is going to be the very drashta swarupam, then it is not something new to be known. It is known, but it is obscured by ajnanam. That has to be the covering. That covering has to be removed. That removal of the covering. That is what that's what we call it is jnana utpatti. When jnanam arises, the wake of jnanam, that cover goes away. So you know as you are. You know as you are. The very knowing The very Brahma is a knower, is a knowing, is a knowledge, is a known, everything. Pramata and the Prameya and Prama, all the Tripudi, subject, object, and the relation between subject, object, that is experience. Everything is resolved into that which is ever experienced. So that is Jnanam. That is Jnanam, and that Jnanam is Brahma. So that should be known. The word Vidhi is there, should be known. So that knowing may think that because the word know, may you know, it is in Lot Lakara. So one may think it is an object to be known. It is not an object, it is the very subject that the Drashta has to recognize it as oneself. As oneself, that limitless Brahma, Purnam Brahma. When he understands that understanding, that alone takes time because of the previous orientation. The mind, since it is already programmed, already the person is programmed as program oneself, programmed to understand, to know the objects through the sense organs. And through the sense organs, through the pramana, other pramanas, what are the pramanas available at this disposition? Is knowing is always implies the operation of the pramana and gaining the knowledge of the objects which are other than oneself. Therefore, knowing, when we say it is something other than oneself, the object that has to be known, iti, one may think. But here it is the very drashta itself. How the drashta can know itself. How the drashta can know itself. Knowing is one has to see that. One has to drop all the upadis. One has to drop the upadi. Annamaya kosha upadi. Pranamaya kosha another upadi. Vijnanamaya kosha. Manomaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha. All these are upadi. Upadi is to be dropped. How to drop it? You cannot drop it physically. It has to be cognitively understood as koshas are me, but I am not the koshas. I am that which is not limited by any of them. As you are in Sushupti Avastha. In Sushupti Avastha, in the deep sleep state, you are not bound by any upadi. But doesn't mean in Sushupti Avastha you are a vice person. When you get up, you are the same person. But in Sushupti Avastha, as you disidentify yourself with upadi. That disidentification, that happens naturally. That happens naturally when you go to the sleep. You don't drop the upadi one by one physically. That is taking the mind to the from the Annamaya Kosha, withdrawing the mind from Annamaya Kosha inside. That happens naturally. Without your will, in Sushupti, it happens. Similarly, this knowing happens when you see, when you are free from raga dvesha, when your mind is relatively shuddha, chitta samadhanam, it is there, then you see it as that you as a Brahma. For that only these are the means. Shastram is a pramanam, and the words of the Shastram has to become the reality for one. For that only all the other sadhananis are suggested by the Shastram. Karma yoga, upasana, or any other yoga. It's all only to make the mind ready, preparing the mind. As long as we are busy, engaged in our regular daily busy life, chitta samadhanam will be little struggling, will be difficult. Therefore, one has to exclusively submit oneself to this pursuit. Then the result can be evidently seen. Therefore, vidhi, that commitment, may you know. Vidhi means may you know. It's not. It's not a. It's not with a lethargy, or it is not as the the secondary. It is the vidhi means it that is primary. That shows a commitment. There should be commitment to knowing. When there is commitment to knowing, can be known. It can be understood. That is the word meaning of the word vidhi. Your mind has to be so focused. Mind focused means you have to be so committed. When you are committed, you will know it. That is the idea, the vidhi. That is, all other priorities should subserve this priority. That is the idea. All the other priorities, Purushartha Nishchaya, in other words, it is Purushartha Nishchaya. May you know. When you have that Purushartha Nishchaya, when moksha becomes a goal, when Swarupa Jnanam becomes a goal, then knowledge happens. And Bhashya we saw. You'll read the Bhashya, few lines we have read. Yat archimat,
Yat archimat,
diptimat,
diptimat,
adiptyahi,
diptyahi,
adityadi dipyate iti,
adityadi dipyate iti,
diptimat brahma.
diptimat brahma.
This line of the Bhashyakara is based on the mantra of the Mundaka Upanishad itself, in Mundaka as well as in Kata Upanishad. Tasya bhasa sarvavidam vibhati. Na tatra suryo bhati. Suryaha tatra na bhati. Surya doesn't tatra na bhati. Without this, tasya bhasa sarvavidam vibhati. Adityadi dipyate iti. Diptyaha. Tad diptya is in the light of which Aditya, etc. They all illumine. They all become the illuminator. Dipyate, they all shine. In the light of which they all shine, that is Diptimat. In the light of which Adityadi, etc., all these are shine. Aditya, Nakshatra, Chandrama, that's why I said, Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam. They do not shine. If Brahma is not there, they cannot shine. The idea is they cannot have existence. They cannot exist. The Sat Brahma. So you have to understand that Brahma, which is Sat, the existence. Sun is the isness of the sun, the isness, the existence, the pure existence. This is Shuddha Brahma, that existence. Astitvam. Brahma is Sat, Astitvam. Of Chandra, of Taraka. If Astitvam is not there, then Adityadi cannot be there. Then how can it shine? So Adityadi Dipyate Yasmat Tat Brahma. Iti Taddiptyahi. Taddiptyahi, in the light of which Taddiptya. Because Taddiptya, that is a Diptya Tritya Vibhakti. Taddiptyahi, because it shines. By its shine, by the shine of what? This Brahma, Archimat, which Swarupa is shining. It's consciousness, existence, consciousness, Astitvam, Chaitanya, by which Aditya Dipyate iti. Okay, next line. Yat anubhyaha
Yat
Shyamadibhyaha api
Adibhya api
anucha
Anucha
sukshmam
sukshmam
Anubhyaha api anucha, subtler than the subtlest. Eteshu sarvabhuteshu godotmana prakashate. We saw in Kathopanishad. It is subtle, sukshma. Sukshma is subtle subject matter, difficult to comprehend. Difficult to comprehend without Shastra Pramana. You cannot understand because it is karana, karanasyapi karana. It is the ultimate karana. Therefore, you cannot know that. With karya, how can you know the karana? The karya which exists because of the karanam, and the karya cannot know the karana. Karya is a product. How can the product know the cause? Therefore, it is sukshmam, subtle, incomprehensible. And in the mantra cha shabda is Bhashikara says. So therefore, therefore this anubhyaha anucha, the word may give the idea that it is smaller than the smallest. It means it's small. That idea may come. The cha shabda negates that also. That is, you cannot define that as small or as big. That is what the chakara, the avya, the indeclinable tells. Cha shabdat.
Cha shabdat.
Cha shabdat.
स्थूलेभ्यः अपि
स्थूलेभ्यः अपि
अतिशयेन
अतिशयेन
स्थूलं पृथिव्यादिभ्यः.
स्थूलं पृथिव्यादिभ्यः.
So cha shabda स्थूलेभ्यः अपि. Compared to the stula, gross objects, gross things, atishayena, exceedingly, extremely, sthulam, subtle, gross. Atishayena, sthulam, prithivyaadibhyaha, such as Prithivi, earth. Earth is so gross. Among the Pancha Mahabhuta, Akasha is subtle. Prithivi is gross. Akashasyapi sukshmaha, Prithivyaha api stulaha. Then what is that? It is the karanam of everything. That is the idea. Akasha is because of Brahma. And from Akasha only the stula, gross, prapancha, that is Akasha, then Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. Prithvi has come. It is grossest. That gross also because of Brahma alone. It is all the way it is Brahma. So it is Brahma, it is the Adhara or Adhisthana of everything. So everything is supported by this Brahma. When everything is supported by Brahma, then what is it? The question. Brahma, whether it's Brahma is small or big. It is therefore Sukshmasyapi Sukshmaha, Stulasyapi Stulaha. The two contradictory words tells that it is the Brahma which is the Adhisthana of everything. That is the seemingly contradictory words to be analyzed to understand that Brahma is the Adhisthana of everything. It is everything. Everything is included in Brahma. From the standpoint of that everything, Brahma is the Karana. When everything is resolved into Brahma as Mithya, then what is there is only Brahma. Brahma evaidam sarvam iti. The next line. Yasmin lokaha
यस्मिन् लोकाः
puradayah
भूरादयः
निहिताः स्थिताः
निहिताः स्थिताः
ये च
ये च
लोकिनः
लोकिनः
लोकनिवासिनः मनुष्यादयः
लोकनिवासिनः मनुष्यादयः
लोकिनः लोकः अस्य अस्ति इति लोकिन्. So लोकी लोकिनौ लोकिनः लोकनिवासिनः मनुष्यादयः. There are different lokas. In the Bhuloka, Manushas are there. In other loka, other beings are there. Devaloka, Devas. Other loka, the other beings are there. So, Manushyadeyaha, Manusha, etc. Yasmin Lokaha, Yasmin Brahmani Lokaha, which is equal to Bhuhu Adeyaha. Lokyate Anena iti Lokaha. That which is available for your knowing, available for your objectification, Loka. That's Stula Prapancha, what you see. Bhuhu Adeyaha. Bhuhu Adeyaha, Bhur Radeyaha. Nikitaha, Stitaha, they are placed, supported, along with the Lokinaha. Lokaha asya asti, Lokavasinaha, Nivasinaha, Manushyadeyaha, Yasmin Brahmani Nikitaha. Yasmin Nikitaha, in that Brahma, that is everything is supported by that Brahma. That is the idea. Yasmin Lokaha, Yasmin Brahmani Lokaha Nikitaha means into that Brahma, all the worlds and the indwellers of the worlds are Nikitaha, they are placed. Iti. Lokaha asya asti iti. Lokaha Lokinaha, Loka Nivasinaha, Lokanam, or Lokeshu, or Loke Nivasitum Shilam Yasya. Loka Nivasinaha. Iti. Then the next line. Chaitanya Ashrayaha hi
चैतन्य आश्रयाः हि
Sarve
सर्वे
Siddhaha.
सिद्धाः
Chaitanya Ashrayaha hi Sarve referring to this Lokaha, Lokinaha, everything. They are Chaitanya Ashrayaha. Now Brahma is referred to Chaitanya. That is Brahma is Chaitanya. Everything they are Ashrayaha, they are dependent on this Brahma. So Brahma is independent and this Loka, Lokinaha, they are dependent. They do not exist on their own. So they exist. How they exist? From where they got the existence? The existence is Brahma, Sat Brahma. And that Sat Brahma is Chaitanya Brahma. The Sat is Chit, Chaitanya. Sat is Chit. Sat is Chit. And that Chit Chaitanya, because of which Sarve Prasiddhaha, Sarve Ashrayaha, everything is as dependency, as existence on this Brahma, which is Sadrupa Brahma, Chidrupa Brahma. The Brahma which is Satchit Brahma. How can you or how do you recognize or establish? How do you establish an object exists? The existence of an object can be established only when it is available for your knowing. You can establish the existence of an object. A tree is. How do you know the tree is? Because it is seen, it is available for your knowledge, it is available for your eyes. Eyes see, being a Pratyaksha Pramanam, it sees, therefore you know it. So the existence of an object can be established only through knowing, provided the object is knowable. What you objectify if it is knowable. Why is it knowable? Because if it is Ati Sukshma, it is Sukshma, then you have to use different Pramana. And if it is Brahma, it is the knower, very Swarupa of knower, therefore. And this therefore, when it is available for your knowledge, and knowledge is possible only when Chaitanyam is. Knowledge of anything is possible only when there is consciousness. Consciousness is knowledge. The knowledge of an object is possible only when there is consciousness. minus consciousness. How do you know? How do you know that the object? How can you gain the knowledge of an object? That is, to know the existence of an object, the object must be available for your knowledge, and the knowledge is possible because of Chaitanya. Therefore, to know an object, to establish an object as existence, operating through means of knowledge, it implies that consciousness is, Chaitanyam is. Therefore, Sarve Chaitanya Ashrayaha Prasiddhaha. It is well known. It is not something we don't know. It is well known. Prasiddhaha, Loke Prasiddhaha. Sarve Chaitanya Ashraya. Everything is as its Ashrayatvam, dependency on this Chaitanyam. Without Chaitanyam, it cannot be known. Sarve referring to the objects, all the Lokaha, Lokinaha. An object as existence, the existence of an object knowable through operating the means of knowledge by which you know it, and the knowing the knowledge is possible because of Chaitanyam. Therefore, everything, the existence of objects owes it to this Chaitanyam. Sarve Chaitanya Asrayaha iti. Tadetat
Tadetat
Sarvashrayam Aksharam Brahma.
Sarvashrayam Aksharam Brahma.
That is what Shaunaka asked. Tadetat Tat Etat Aksharam Brahma. That. Hey Shaunaka, what you asked. Tat referring to that, the Prashna of the Shaunaka, that what you asked. That is this Sarvashrayam Brahma. It is the Ashraya. Sarvanam Ashrayam. It is the support, Adhishtanam of everything. That is this Brahma. That is Karanabhuta Brahma. This Brahma, which is Karanabhutatmakam Brahma, it is Karya Ashrayam. This Jagat is Karyam. Karanam is this Akshara Brahma. So Karya cannot exist apart from Brahma. Karya owes its existence to Brahma. Therefore, this Sarvashrayam, this Jagat, the Sarva can be replaced by the word Jagat. The Jagat as Ashrayam in what? That is this Brahma. Etat Brahma, Tat, that is what you asked. Iti. Sapranaha,
Sapranaha
Madhuvang Manaha,
Madhuvang Manaha
Manaha
Vakcha Manascha,
Vakcha
Vakcha
Manascha
Manascha
Sarvani Chakaranani,
Sarvani Cha Karanani
Tadu Antas Chaitanyam.
Tadantascha
Chaitanyam
Chaitanyam.
Note is given 35. Okay. Antargatam. Sapranaha, that Saha referring to the Brahma, Atma, Paramatma, Sapranaha. It is used in Pullinga. Previously it was Tat, Napumsakalinga, now Pullinga. Sapranaha, Videya Pradhanena Pullingaha, Pullinga Nirdeshaha. Sapranaha, that is Prana. That which appearing as Prana is this Brahma. Prana is the Astitvam of Prana. The Astitvam of Prana is this Brahma. So, therefore, the Prana is Brahma. The Prana is Brahma. Sapranaha, when we equate, Saha is Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Pranaha also Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Sapranaha means, is that Brahma Prana? It's Prana, is that Brahma? They are equated. Saha Pranaha, Soyam Devadattaha, like that. Is that Devadatta? Saha Ayam Devadattaha. Is that Devadatta? That is Devadatta whom you saw 20 years before as a child. Now he is a grown-up person. Suddenly comes and stands in front of you. Then you say, Soyam Devadattaha. He is that Devadatta. Saha Ayam Devadattaha. Saha Ayam. Saha referring to that person Devadatta who was 20 years before. I am referring to that Devadatta who is right in front. That 20 years before he was a child. Even he cannot walk on its own. Toddler. Now he is a adult person. So Saha, are you equating the child Devadatta and the adult Devadatta? No. We are dropping the Upadhi, the child Upadhi, and this Devadatta Upadhi. That person who was a child is this person. Devadatta is grown up. So that's a Samanadikaranyam here. What Samanadikaranyam? It is Bhada Samanadikaranyam. That is what we do in Mahavakya. Two things are equated, then two things are equated, two things are, it is used the same vibhakti, Samana Adhikarana. Then we drop certain thing and we accept certain thing. That is called Bhada Samana Adhikarana. We drop the Upadhi of Devadatta and the person is recognized, is that Devadatta. That's called Bhada Samana Adhikarana. Like when we say, Rajjuhu Sarpaha, rope is snake. How can a rope be a snake? When the knowledge of rope was not there, it was a sarpa. When the knowledge of rope came, then sarpa, it becomes a rope. How can sarpa become a rope? It was perceived by you. It was perceived by you as a snake. What? The rope. Therefore, Rajjuhu Sarpaha. Same vibhakti Samanadikaranyam. But Sarpaha, when we say what we do, we drop the Sarpa. In the wake of knowledge, we drop the Sarpa. In the wake of Jnanam, we accept the Rajju. And therefore they have the same vibhakti. Bhada Samanadikaranyam. So similarly here also, Sapranaha. That is prana, we say. Previously, we say that Brahma is the Adhara, the Adhisthana of everything. So, for the Pranasya Pranaha, for the Prana also it is the Adhara. Therefore, Sapranaha, when we say, we remove the other factors, the Adhara, Adeya, Bhava, that what we said before. One is Adhara, Brahma is the Adhara, and Prana is the Adeya. Prana is that which is supported by this Brahma, that Adhara Adeya, that is dropped, and Prana is nothing but Brahma. Prana is nothing but Brahma. Chaitanyam iti. Prana is Brahma. Prana cannot be other thing, different from Brahma. Sab-pranaha, drop. Sa referring to Paramatma. The Paramatma is pranaha. How can you say? Dropping the upadhi of prana. Dropping the upadhi is, prana is adeya. It is supported. That adeya bhavam is dropped. And Brahma, which enjoys the adhisthana bhavam, that also dropped. So there is no adhara, there is no adeya. Adhara, adeya, that bhava, that is dismissed, and therefore prana is appreciated as that Brahma. Sapranaha iti. Taduvang manaha. Similarly, that Brahma, the Chaitanyam alone is Vak. Vak referring to the organ of speech. That by Upalakshana, it represents all the organs. We can bring in Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya. Sadhuvang manaha. Manaha is Antakarana. Vaksha manascha. Sarvani karanani. Sarvani karanani. Tadu antaha. Antas chaitanyam. Chaitanyam. Antaha chaitanyam is Sarvani Karanani, all the Indriyas, and that Tadu, Tatu, U is particle, Tadu, Antas Chaitanyam. That is, Antas Chaitanyam is Pratyatma Ityartha. Antaha Chaitanya, Antas Chaitanya. Antas Chaitanyam is Pratyatma. Chaitanyam is Antaha. Chaitanyam is Antaha is what? Chaitanyam is alone is everything. So we use the word Pratyatma. The same thing, Pratyatma. So Antas Chaitanyam. Brahma Chaitanyam Ityartaha. It is. That is Brahma Chaitanyam alone sustains the Vak, Pranaha, Manaha iti. Therefore, Antas Chaitanyam. And here the footnote says, Pranadikam Sarvam Antas Chaitanyam. Antargatam Chaitanyam Yasya Tad Evam Bhutam Yayam Ityartaha. Antargatam Chaitanyam. Antargatam Chaitanyam is Chaitanya Ashrayam Sarve. All these have Ashraya in that. That is Chaitanyam, Brahma Chaitanyam. Antas Chaitanyam iti. Then the next line. Chaitanya Ashrayaha I
Chaitanya Ashrayaha hi
Pranendriyadi Sarvasanghataha.
Pranendriyade Sarvasanghatah.
So the Chaitanya Ashrayaha, everything has got Ashraya. Chaitanyaha Ashrayaha Yasya Saha. Chaitanya Ashrayaha. Everything has got Ashraya in this Chaitanya, which is Pratyatma, Pranendriyadi Sarvasanghataha. Prana, Indriya, and all this body, mind, sense complex, everything. Everything has dependency on this Chaitanyam. They do not have separate existence. They enjoy sentiency because of this Chaitanyam, which is Chita. They are Jada, that because of this Pratyatma Chaitanyam, which is the truth of everything, because of which they enjoy sentiency. Pranasya Pranam iti.
Pranasya Pranamiti
Shruti
Shrutyantaraat
Shruti Antara Shruti. By another Shruti. Anyaha Shruti Shrutyantaram, Shrutyantarat. From that Shruti, Shrutyantaram, Anyaha Shruti Shrutyantaram. Kramadare Samasa, this is. So Shrutyantarat, from another Shruti, we can know Pranasya Pranam iti. That is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Pranasya Pranam. That is, Prana is able to function as Prana because of this Brahma Chaitanya. Because of Brahma is Prana enjoys existence. Prana is because of Brahma. Therefore, Pranasya Pranaha, Chakshushakat Chakshuhu, Manasaha Manaha, Shrotrasya Shrotramiti. Yet, next line.
Yat
Yat
Pranadinam Antaschaitanyam
Pranadinam Antaschaitanyam
Chaitanyam
Aksharam
Aksharam
Tadetat
Tadetat
Satyam
Satyam
Avitatham.
Abhitatham.
Yet Pranadinam Antaschaitanyam. Antaschaitanyam is that which is Pratyatma. Pranadinam Antaschaitanyam. That is Chaitanyam is because of Chaitanyam is Pranadina. They are all there. Therefore, that is Brahma. Tat etam etat aksharam Brahma. And that Brahma is Satyam. It is Avitatham. Vitatham means not real, Nitya. Mundaka Upanishad, there is Vaitatya Prakaranam is there. Vitatasya Bhavaha Vaitatyam. Mundaka Upanishad. Vitatham. Vitatham is Nitya. Avitatham, Satyam. Satyam is equal to Avitatham. This Brahma Chaitanyam is Satyam, on which all these Pranadinam have its dependency. So, they are subject to negation. All these are subject to negation, Bhadita. And that which cannot be Bhadita, that which cannot be negated, you can negate Prana. Prana as Upadhi you can negate. comes, which is subject to destruction. That when you negate, when you dismiss as not real, finally you will end up with that which cannot be negated. What is that? That is Brahma. That is Satyam Abhitatam. When you negate the pot is negated, clay is negated, clay particles. Then clay particle negated, molecules, atoms. If all throughout it is asti, 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 is finally it will end up in asti is. That cannot be negated. Abaditam. That abaditam, sat is chit, chaitanyam, avitatam, it is real, on which all these have dependency. Iti. Tat etat aksharam satyam. Avitatam. Vitatam, na vitatam, avitatam. Vigatam tathatvam yasma. Tat vitatam. Vitatam is vigatam tathatvam. That from which tathatvam has gone away. Tathatvam means what? The status of being that nature. That is called tathatvam. It doesn't have tathatvam. Therefore, that which has gone, that from which tathatvam has gone, that is vitatam, vigatam tathatvam, yasmat. Avitatam is, it cannot go, that is, tathatvam cannot go from which everything can be negated, badita. Astitvam cannot be dismissed. You cannot dismiss astitvam. As, the isness cannot be dismissed. That is avitatam, Brahma. You can dismiss the snake. The rope is, the rope is, the isness of the rope only provides existence for the existence of snake. You can dismiss snake, but you cannot dismiss the isness. Snake is you dismiss, but the isness is now with rope is. Avitatam. Iti. Satyam. Rope satyam. Snake is mithya. Vitatam. Snake is vitatam. Rope is avitatam. Ataha. Next line.
Ataha
Amrutam.
amrutam
Avinashi.
avinashi
Amrutam na. Amrutam. Amrutam. Or you can Bhaguvrigi. Here Bhaguvrigi is better. Mrutam. Avidyamanam mrutam. Otherwise, na mritaha, mritam na vidyate yasmin saha amrutam. That is Brahma. Avinashi. Avinashi is Napumsakalinga. Avinashi. Rasva. Avinashi. Avinashi is na vinashi, avinashi. That is Tatpurusha. Avinashi, the word we saw. Right by adding Matu Pratyaya. Ini Pratyaya. Vinashaha asya asmin astiva iti. Ini. Then vinashin. Na vinashi, avinashi. Amrutam, namrutam, amrutam, we can say. Or avidyamanaha mrutam yasmin. Na vidyate maranam. Mrutam is maranam. Death, decay, decompose, decision. Na vidyate maranam yasmin. Saha. What is that? Brahma. Amrutam. Brahma is amrutam. Tadvedhavyam.
Tadvedhavyam.
tadvedhavyam
Manasa tadagitavyam.
manasa tadayitavyam
Tasmin manas samadhanam kartavyam ityartah.
tasmin manas samadhanam kartavyam ityarthah
Yasmadevam
Yasmadevam
he somya
he
Somya.
he
vidhi
akshare chetah samadaksva.
akshare chetah samadhasva
Tadvedhavyam, that should be known. That should be hit. Vedhavyam is that should be hit. Tavya pratyaya should be hit. Tadayitavyam should be beaten, not beaten here. Should be hit means should be struck, should be targeted. Why he uses that Vedhavyam? Because the next shloka, next mantra comes. That's a beautiful imagery. You hit the target with the bow and the arrow. The arrow should hit the target. Hitting the target. That is why you are given Vedhavyam. Manasa tadayitavyam should be struck, should be hit with the mind, the focus of the mind. The mind should be focused. on that Brahma. Tasmin, in that Brahmani, Manasamadhanam Kartavyam. Manasamadhanam, that is focus, the concentration of the mind should be done on that Brahma. Oh, by commitment, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is a sadhana. When that is only the sadhanam, all other sadhanam either minimized or dropped, then you will hit the target. Dhanur Grihitva Upanishadam Mahastram Sharam, that the next mantra starts. So Manasamadhanam Kartavyam. Therefore, Yasmadeva, because of which only He Somya. Somya is O pleasant one, Priyadarshana, the one who looks pleasant, not the dull one, not a dullard. His face is always bright, wanting to know. So happy to hear the teaching of the Upanishad. Eager, the eagerness. So that's that intense desire to know. Therefore, he is eager, full of utsaha, courage, enthusiasm. Priyadarshana, Vidhi, may you know, Akshare, in that Akshara Brahma, Chetaha Samadaksva, Samadaksva Lotlakara. Samadaksva, Sampurvaka, Sam plus A, Purvaka, Dhadatu, Dudhanj, Dharana Poshna Yogo, Samadaksva, may you fix the mind on that. May Chetaha is Vidya Bhakti Ekavachanam. You, that is Tvam, Akshare, Brahmani, that is Saptama Vibhakti, Chetaha, Manaha, Vidya Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Samadaksva, fix the mind. He Somya, Yasmat, Evam. Therefore, you fix the mind. Why? Because Manasa Tarayitavyam, you can know with the mind. Therefore, fix the mind. Know with the mind means not that mind will objectify. Yato vacho nivartante. At the same time, it is recognized only by the mind. Mind cannot objectify, but the mind only can be recognized. And mind also is mithya only. That also will be dismissed. So it is mind is like the stick which is used for burning the body in a funeral pyre. Funeral, the stick is used. The stick is used to burn the body. When they will adjust the body, you cannot put your hand. So adjust the body or adjust the materials which is kept on the body with a long stick. Finally, that stick also will be put into the funeral pyre. That they will not use it. It will all be thrown into the fire only. Similarly, mind is like a tool which is used, and that is also mithya only. So with the mind doesn't mean that mind will objectify. The mind as a tool, that tool has to be prepared. Therefore, samadhanam of the chitta is required. Therefore, chitta samadhanam, chetaha samadaksva, in that akshara brahmani. When the mind is focused on that Brahma, then you can hit the target. The target is Brahma. Manasa tadayitavyam, manasa jnatavyam, tadayitavyam. Vedhavyam is jnatavyam. Manasa vedhavyam means manasa jnatavyam. But why Bhashyakara says tadayitavyam? Because of the following, the imagery. That Dhanur Grihitva Upanishadam Mahastram, because of the following mantra where the beautiful imagery, bow arrow imagery is used. Because of that, only Bhashyakara here he gives Manasa Tadayitavyam, Manasa Jnatavyam Ityartaha. Therefore, Manasamadhanam Kartavyam He Somya. Stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवादः सर.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद शरणजी.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.